Assumable loans is a topic that we've talked about here and there. I feel like it's not as common as it used to be. When you have the opportunity to assume a VA or FHA loan at 2.25% when interest rates are, 6 and 7%, it makes a lot of sense to do this. The problem is often the gap. So that what we call a gap is a difference between what they're selling the house for and what they owe on the home. During COVID, purchase prices went up 47%. So people that bought their house, 5, 6, 7 years ago, they probably owe about half of what the house is selling for. So if their house is listed for sale for say $600,000, they owe, for easy math, $400,000. There's a $200,000 gap. Now you can take out a home equity line of credit or a second mortgage to fill part of this gap, but you will need a minimum of 5% down. So on $600,000, you will need $30,000 down. Then you can take out a HELOC for the difference of whatever the math is, $170,000. But what I have found is once you combine that low rate of over, 2.5, and then you look at what the rate is on the HELOC, say 10%, it's actually cheaper oftentimes to just go and take out a normal VA mortgage at say 6%, especially if you don't really have the cash to put down. That HELOC can get expensive. Now, if you have a situation where once you sell your house, you're just going to pay the HELOC off, sure, that makes sense. But even then, it might make more sense to take one loan, VA, 6%, and even take the proceeds from selling your house and reinvest that somewhere else. I've talked about this a lot. When you can make 20 or 30% on your investments, I'd pay a 7% interest rate to make 20 or 30% on my investment. So look at the whole picture, but don't get so hung up on an assumable rate being at 2.25 because just because you're getting that deal doesn't mean the overall deal makes the most sense.